Now on CoastTV News.
Heavy snowfall keeping people indoors this weekend meant a hit to small business. How local shops on the coast fared with the weather.
Neighbors speaking on the proposed pallet village for the homeless in Milford, the city hosting a public hearing tonight.
Ocean City weighing in on the Ravens game this Sunday, who they think's gonna win.
And we are enjoying clear skies for now, but warmer weather and a change in the winds will ease the recent chill in the air.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
Empty tables, wicked weather making for a slow weekend at restaurants along the coast. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 5. We begin tonight with the cold economic hit that some businesses in the area felt over the past few days.
The icy roads and snowy landscape made for difficult driving conditions. Lots of people on Delmarva opting to forego shopping and dining in favor of blankets on the couch. With that in mind, and as Coast TV's Tori Seagraves reports, supporting small businesses after the storm can be crucial to them getting back on track.
Christy Husband prepares drinks for customers at Egg in Rehoboth Beach. Customers that were hard to come by recently due to bad roads and rough weekend's weather. Husband says business was only half of what they normally expect.
I know a lot of times it's easy to order stuff online and get, food delivered or drive-throughs, but the small businesses, the boutiques, the restaurants, all of it, it's important. It pays bills.
Getting customers in the door this weekend was hard enough, but the Rehoboth Beach Dewey Beach Chamber of Commerce pointed out the roads were no picnic for employees either.
Traffic was non-existent. It was just too snowy, too slippery, and a little bit too scary to get out there. So I'm sure the businesses had an impact on them too with employees, and the employees are already at a critical level.
Now, as the snow melts and people get back on the road, places like Egg say the extra support helps them clean up the mess and get out new orders. In fact, Egg says the winter season is the best time to come out to avoid busy crowds.
Business is definitely slower than what you would see in the summer, but that just means that our wait times are down. So if you've been waiting to get in and you drive by, you see our crowds out front, you're not much of a waiter for your breakfast, which we can understand, now's the time.
When going to support a small business, keep in mind that their winter hours may be in effect. For Egg, that means being closed Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but open the rest of the week from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. I'm Tori Seagraves in Rehoboth Beach, Coast TV News.
And speaking of trends at businesses, there are encouraging signs that U.S. inflation is slowing. Friday, the University of Michigan released a consumer survey, which indicates consumers' attitudes about the economy are improving. It's a 13% jump in consumer confidence since December, and inflation eased substantially through 2023 without a sharp rise in unemployment. That has helped improve sentiment among U.S. consumers in recent months.
The city of Milford is opening the microphone to the public on a proposed pallet village for the homeless. Live in Milford is Coast TV News reporter Charles Reinert. Charles, the city says there is still a long way to go until anything here can actually be approved.
Charlie, in a little under an hour, Milford City Council is hosting a public hearing to discuss this potential housing alternative for the homeless here in the city. And it's been a hot topic here in Milford for a while now. Now, there are a couple ideas of where this potential pallet village could go, either behind the new police station that just opened up recently on the land where the old police station is, or outside of the city's downtown area on Milford-Harrington Highway. Now, according to a city spokesperson, this is an idea that started making the rounds in December of 2022, when a homeless encampment was disbanded after the land was purchased. And the meeting tonight will give the public their chance to voice their opinions of the proposal, though if this does move forward, the city does say there is going to be other public hearings in the future to talk about this particular topic. Now, the meeting tonight is supposed to start at 6 o'clock here at City Hall, so if you want to come out here and make your opinion heard, you still can, and if you can't make it in person, you can always make it virtually. I'm Charles Reiner, live in Milford, Coast TV News.
Thank you, Charles. We're taking a live look, and Laurel, look at all of that snow still on the fields there. I was been paying attention to our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams, who says soon that snow may be a distant memory.
at least we'll start working on it, okay? It's kind of like when you put something in the layaway, you know, I'll put some money on it down the road and then it'll eventually pay off. Well, that's kind of what's happening with our precipitation that we have on the ground right now. It's freezing over, but we're going to start slowly contributing just a little more thermodynamic energy to kind of melt this away. But the streets are moving pretty nicely tonight for us actually in Dover. Now, as you take a look, we're going to go from 36 down to 31 by 6 o'clock, and then we'll slip into the upper 20s with mostly clear skies. A clear skyline is what we're expecting for tonight, and we're not quite as cold as we have been. I mean, we're holding at 36 degrees, for example, in Georgetown as well as Seaford and in Greenwood. We're holding at 38 degrees in Lewis and Rehoboth Beach, Bethany Beach, 37 in Ocean City, Indian River Inlet. We're holding at about 40 degrees. Here's a look at the cloud cover, staying relatively limited at this point. We're not concerned about any additional winds or any big time problems as far as the winds are concerned off of the coast. So that's been a good thing. Now, coming up, we're going to be talking about a surge in the temperatures that's going to make it feel like spring. But of course, with spring comes spring showers and maybe even a thunderstorm. Maddie?
Thank you. The Ocean City Fire Department responded to a fire in a pavilion-style structure that you see on your screens here. The department says the initial call came in at 9:25, and by 10:10, the fire was extinguished and the scene was clear. The Worcester County Fire Marshal's office has since assumed control of that scene.
The Alliance for Automotive Innovation released its report for the third quarter of 2023. According to the report, electric vehicles now represent 9.7% of new car sales here in Delaware. There are also 437 publicly available electric charging outlets in the first state. Overall, Delaware has 10,039 electric cars on the road. That makes it 31st in the nation in ratio of electric vehicles to public chargers.
Happening now in Harbison, a closure of Hollyville Road between Harmons Hill Road and Hurdle Ditch Road. Work begins today at noon for emergency crossroad pipe maintenance. DelDOT says work should be done Saturday, January 27th.
Following last week's postponement due to illness, Governor John Carney is rescheduling his 2024 State of the State address. The governor will now give his address on Tuesday, March 5th. That's at 2 p.m. Governor Carney will deliver his address from the House of Representatives chamber in Legislative Hall. He will also present his budget proposal for fiscal year 2025 this Thursday at 1 p.m.
It's a two-person race now for the GOP presidential nomination, but is it too late for former Governor and Ambassador Nikki Haley? With polls showing former President Trump leading by double digits, tomorrow's vote could end the GOP nomination race. NBC's Alice Barr reports on how the Democrat side an apparent deepfake robocall is also causing some controversy.
New Hampshire is known to surprise.
It is now a two-person race.
But former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley will need a stunner to keep her presidential hopes alive after Tuesday's primary.
And I know the political class is saying everybody needs to get behind Trump. This is not a coronation.
Haley fighting to the finish after Florida Governor Ron DeSantis dropped out and endorsed former President Trump.
Trump is superior to the current incumbent, Joe Biden.
Mr. Trump now focusing his fire on Haley.
Nikki Haley has made an unholy alliance with rhinos, never-Trumpers.
She's hardening her attacks, questioning the former president's mental fitness after he seemed to repeatedly confuse her with Nancy Pelosi when discussing the January 6th Capitol riot.
Nikki Haley is in charge of security. We offered her 10,000 people, soldiers, National Guard, so whatever they want.
They're saying he got confused. We can't have someone else that we question whether they're mentally fit to do this.
The latest polls show Mr. Trump far ahead, but Haley is counting on New Hampshire's many independents, though some may join the write-in campaign for President Biden, who is not on the New Hampshire ballot after Democrats made South Carolina their first sanctioned primary state. In a new twist, a robocall apparently using AI to impersonate President Biden is telling his supporters in New Hampshire not to vote in the primary. The New Hampshire Attorney General's office investigating what it says may be an unlawful attempt at voter suppression. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
The first vote in the New Hampshire primary will be cast in the first hours of tomorrow morning in the small community of Dixville Notch. That traditionally kicks off voting just after midnight.
In health news, and this is exciting, a new study suggesting that a simple blood test could screen for Alzheimer's disease even before a patient has any symptoms. The test screens for one of several proteins that build up in a person with Alzheimer's. Right now, that type of testing would involve brain scans or spinal taps. That can be expensive, it can be hard to access, but the study found the new blood test, which is much simpler, was just as accurate. The test is currently available for research use only, but one of the study's authors says it should be available for clinical use soon.
It's not that hard to see that Ocean City bleeds purple during the NFL season. With the AFC Championship game happening, Ocean City locals are hopeful for Ravens' chances. Al and Chris Kirby think this game will go back and forth.
I think it's going to be a back and forth game. The Ravens, they got an all-around good team, offense, defense, special teams. And I think that's what's going to put us over the edge. I think it's going to be close. I'm going to say 30-24.
The Baltimore Ravens will be facing the Kansas City Chiefs this Sunday at 3 p.m.
And you're not going to be surprised here. This is bringing us right into our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what are the Ravens' chances against the Chiefs? Let's take a look at the results so far.
I also like to acknowledge I didn't wear red on purpose. This is not a Chiefs outfit here. I'm not picking sides. And it looks like 55%, though, are picking sides, saying the Chiefs are going to demolish the Ravens. I don't know about that.
I think that this is a factor of this being early in the voting stages. I expect these numbers to shift around a little bit. If you want to go vote, all you have to do is go to CoastTVnews.com or use our Coast TV mobile app.
Coming up, a new urgent care service coming to Rehoboth Beach's Animal Hospital. Key information pet owners need to know.
And clouds are thickening soon, and rain is on the horizon with a welcome surge in temps.
But first, it's been 51 years since the Roe v. Wade decision. How the Biden administration acknowledged reproductive rights today. That's up next.
Happy New Year from the dealership that puts you, the customer, first in everything we do. First State Chevrolet in Georgetown.
Save up to $5,000 on this 2024 Chevy Silverado.
Interest rates as low as 1.9% and $2,250 off these 2024 Chevy Equinox.
Sales, service, parts, body shop, and towing, all at one convenient location in Georgetown, 1 mile north of the DMV.
We are First State Chevy in Georgetown, where we put you, the customer, first.
Find new roads.
Morton Buildings is holding their annual Building Value Days sales event, running now until the end of February. Morton Buildings are built stronger, last longer, and look better. So if you're planning a garage, farm shop, stall barn, a storage building for your RV, boat, or collectibles, or anything in between, act now and contact Lenny Catalano, your Delmarva Morton Building sales consultant, to take advantage of the current savings on select building styles now through the end of February.
Elevate your business and engage more customers with Draper Media. Our diverse network of media properties such as WBOC, Coast TV, 93.5 The Beach, and 102.5 WBOC reaches over 500,000 Delmarva residents across various channels like television, radio, social media, and digital platforms. Enhance your brand's visibility across the Delmarva region with Draper Media. Our passionate team of media specialists and content creators are dedicated to showcasing your brand through engaging commercials, dynamic drone footage, eye-catching graphic and web design, and social media branding. Share your brand story on our popular programs, capturing the attention of your target audience. Trust your brand with Draper Media, a family-oriented company serving the Delmarva community. Contact Frank Hamilton today at fhamilton@wboc.com to get started.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
Today marks the 51st anniversary of the landmark Roe v. Wade decision. On January 22, 1973, the Supreme Court legalized abortion. In 2022, the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. Now today, President Joe Biden's re-election campaign made reproductive rights a focal point of the campaign, releasing that abortion-focused ad you just saw there to emphasize the issue and galvanize voters.
An investigation is underway at Microsoft after Russian hackers gained access to the email accounts of some top company employees. According to the software giant, its security response team detected the attacks on its corporate systems on January 12th. The Russian hacking group initially gained access to a small percentage of senior leaders' email accounts in late November. Microsoft said its security team immediately took action to disrupt the malicious activity and denied the threat further access, but the investigation is ongoing.
We are expecting clear skies for tonight, but listen, brace for a significant swing in the temps this week. We're already going to get up to the 40s tomorrow, and it keeps going even higher after this.
The beauty is hard to miss at Ocean City's premier golf course, Eagles Landing. Voted the #1 golf course in Maryland by our players. Eagles Landing offers 5 sets of tees, making the course playable for beginners and challenging for most skilled golfers. Local residents receive discounted rates and earn points that can be used for free golf with our local rewards program. Find our best rates at eagleslandinggolf.com today. Eagles Landing, upholding the tradition of the game.
I have patients that honestly have become friends, and I see like how resilient they were and how well they pulled through and tried every day, and privileged to be a part of their care. I'm kind of celebrating there with them.
I've come across a lot of amazing people. Kathy, I tell you, she's the best. She's a sweetheart. Those efforts helped me so much, and I truly appreciate her for it. Most of it, she got me through.
Get ready to transform your outdoor space into a haven of comfort and style with Tyndall's Casual Furniture. We specialize in creating inviting spaces that leave a lasting impression with quality and durability for your community or commercial property. We have been servicing the hospitality and contract furnishings industry for over 40 years. And here's the best part. For a limited time, Tyndall's is offering exclusive discounts on bulk orders for commercial accounts. Tyndall's Casual Furniture, Delmarva's outdoor furniture experts for everything under the sun.
Weather shapes our lives. At Coast TV, our First Alert weather team is always at work.
We have a strong line to begin to press its way through.
Coverage that prioritizes you.
Make sure you are remaining weather aware.
The First Alert weather team. Your safety, our commitment.
All new drill.
I come from nowhere, nothing. I would say my dream came true, but I never even dreamt that.
Can you believe it?
Tuesday at noon on Coast TV.
Simon, you have the golden buzzer.
You are brilliant. He wants you. I know it.
Wow.
No!
I'm so jealous.
AGT Fantasy League, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
I posit that perhaps the pickle purveyor prompted this predicament by producing and promoting this peerless pickle despite a paucity of product for the pumped pickle public.
Gotta sample the evidence.
A new night court, Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
We're Coast Country, and we're Delmarva proud.
Looks like we're actually getting ready to look forward to the temperatures surging into a more spring-like category or range of temps, but that's going to come with the caveat of scattered showers likely, and more than just 1 or 2 days, a few days actually in a row. But at least we're coming out of the cellar of these crazy cold weather or crazy cold temperatures. Now, Lewis right now, we're holding at 37 degrees, dew point temperature 7, but the winds are coming out of the southwest. So that's always a good sign that things are going to slowly start to warm up. Now, we are going to stay mainly clear for the rest of this evening. 7 o'clock, we'll drop to 34 degrees, another degree lower by 8 o'clock, and down to freezing by the time we hit 9 o'clock. Here's a wide view of what's happening with our entire area as a whole. We were concerned about gusty winds along the Chesapeake Bay area and along the coast for us throughout Sussex County, but that's no longer a concern for us. We now have all of the small craft advisories have been allowed to expire, so we're not expecting any more problems there. High pressure system is located to our south. Now, with that clockwise rotation, you have to remember that we're looking for this surge of warm air that's going to circle around this high pressure system that's going to bring it out of the southwest for us. And that's also going to set the stage for much warmer conditions. Even as we enjoy is one word I could say, the temperatures right now, we are enjoying them at 41 degrees in Redden right now, 37 degrees in Lewis as well as Milford, 36 in Georgetown and Seaford. Now, you caught us before we went to this cold snap, you'd say, hey, this is cold weather, but now everything's relative, right? Since we've had the wind chill factor in the single digits, this is like a reprieve. We're actually 5 degrees warmer now than we were 24 hours ago. And here's what it feels like when you factor in the winds. Still feels like, well, 41 in Red, but it's a little bit cooler over in Greenwood, just a slight breeze, 31 degrees. 32 is what it feels like right now in Milford, and 33 is what it feels like currently at Bethany Beach. The winds are coming out of the southwest, so that's helpful. So it's not quite as abrasive when it pushes across. And as we go into Wednesday afternoon, we'll have the winds coming directly out of the south and picking up even more momentum by the center part of the week going into Thursday and Friday. I mentioned Thursday and Friday because that's when we're expecting that rain to step into play. You see, we start off at 35 degrees for Tuesday morning, cloudy in the afternoon and 41. Wednesday, we start off at 37 to 42. Wednesday afternoon, we go to the mid-50s. It's going to be a nice change of pace. And then watch out for spotty showers flashing up. And then as far as the amount of rain we're talking about, only up to about 1/4 inch, maybe 1/2 inch in some areas. That's primarily it. And as far as the wind chill factor is concerned, we'll drop to the 20s for Tuesday morning. But after that, we start coming out of the cellar. And then Thursday, rain, Friday morning rain, and then we'll see it break up again until we get to next Sunday. Here's a look at your forecast. 28, mostly clear, but a chill instead of so cold. 47 with thick cloud cover for tomorrow. And then we're watching out for cloud cover and a chance of rain by Wednesday. Here's a look at your extended forecast. That rain's looking like a sure bet by the time we get to Thursday.
Paul, thank you. A Milford man is facing charges for attempted murder and strangulation following an assault on another patient at Dover Behavioral Health early on Sunday morning. Dover police arrested 29-year-old Derek Chalikas, who was also a patient, after officers responded to the facility for an assault. Police say the 64-year-old victim from Georgetown received serious upper body injuries and that he remains in critical condition at Bay Health Kent campus. According to the police, Chalikas is being charged with attempted first-degree murder, strangulation, and possession of a deadly weapon.
The Dover Police Department is investigating a shooting that happened Saturday night at the Watcote Apartments. According to police, officers arrived on scene at 10:30 after receiving a report of shots fired. The investigation revealed an argument occurred among several people inside. Police say someone fired a handgun during that encounter, damaging the building, though no people were hurt. Anyone with information is asked to contact Dover Police.
Coming up, taking a digital detox for a whole month? How much one company is willing to pay people to go phone free? Stay tuned on Coast TV News at 5.
Have you bought a house in the last decade, but it's just not quite big enough? At Paul Davis, we can design and build you a brand new addition or remodel your whole home from start to finish. With over 50 years experience of building and restoring homes, we've made the process quick and easy while making it affordable. Call Paul Davis today and one of our design consultants can be at your home as soon as tomorrow to give you a free estimate for your new addition or whole home remodel. Or visit our new showroom in Salisbury, Maryland, 100 Marvel Road. Weather is brought to you by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling, the difference makers.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check us out. Located in the Rehoboth Gateway next to Blue Coast Rehoboth, Thompson Island will follow the Sodell tradition of serving beautiful, simple food that will pair perfectly with our fresh homemade beer. Thompson Island is a perfect place to have dinner with your family, enjoy happy hour with friends at the bar, or spend a day in the beer garden playing bocce ball and ping pong. Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week. See you soon.
At Atlantic General Hospital, we've been busy. Busy expanding healthcare services that are second to none in our region. From cancer care and women's health services to orthopedics, gastroenterology, and more, we provide advanced health technologies delivered by top providers. Expert care every day. It's what you can count on from Atlantic General Hospital.
On an all-new Drew. Without further ado, Barry Manilow.
You know, I come from nowhere, nothing. I would say my dream came true, but I never even dreamt that.
Can you believe it?
Tuesday at noon on Coast TV. Late Night with Seth Meyers. Late nights on Coast TV.
You may think your home's crawl space is okay, but chances are it's not. Mold, pests, and rotting beams can all cause problems for your home and for your family. The good news is your home's crawl space problems can be fixed permanently so you and your family can rest easy. Because crawl space problems won't get better with time, but they will get better with us.
Call Dry Zone today for your free estimate.
Brought to you by Dry Zone, your local crawl space experts.
How long could you go phone free? I've got mine right here. One company is willing to pay people $10,000 to do a digital detox. No phone at all for an entire month. Siggy's Dairy, which makes Icelandic-style yogurts, I'm not familiar with what that is, says it's nice to live a simpler life with less distractions. In addition to the cash, other prizes are available. They include 3 months worth of Siggy's yogurt, a 1-month prepaid SIM card, and appropriately enough, a smartphone lockbox. For those willing to put down the phone, more information is on the Siggy's website.
I have had Siggy's yogurt. It's very good. Not $10,000 and no phone worth to me, though. But anyway, staying locally now, Rehoboth Beach Animal Hospital implementing a new urgent care service to help local pet owners, both clients and non-clients. It's a curbside service and will operate first come, first served. The urgent care will be open 9 to 5:30 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now, walk-ins are not accepted, though, for that urgent care, so prior scheduling for your pet is a must.
Bay Health and the Food Bank of Delaware are partnering on a local food drive to help Delawareans in need. Bay Health's Stuff the Mobile Care Unit food drive, that will continue now through January 28th. Collection times are 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day at the main entrances of the Bay Health, Kent, and Sussex hospitals. Non-perishable items are needed, such as canned fruit and vegetables, peanut butter, granola bars, and rice. We'll be right back.
There's a joy that comes with building your new home. The progress, the completion, and the move-in. At Berica, we specialize in building strong, energy-efficient homes. Custom built in our factory and finished on your lot. Start online today at bericahomes.com.
No strangers here, just friends you've not met yet. With an outside patio and inside charm, Irish Eyes Pub and Restaurant Milton is a local's favorite on the banks of the Broadkill River. Irish Eyes Pub and Restaurant Lewis, gorgeous views, free parking, and the best happy hour at the beach, with room for everyone. And for a truly special event, go no further than the Lewis Room at Irish Eyes. The panoramic views, in-house chef, and professional team will make it easy to plan your next event. Find out more at irisheyespub.com.
Embrace a new journey and kickstart your New Year's resolution in a brand new Subaru from Gateway Subaru. Discover the 2024 Subaru Outback, which represents Subaru's commitment to safety, innovation, and adventure. Right now, lease a new 2024 Subaru Outback for only $299 a month, or take advantage of financing rates as low as 1.9%. Plus, Gateway has more in-stock Subaru inventory to choose from than other dealers have combined. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Visitar a tu médico es el primer paso para mantenerte saludable y prevenir enfermedades.
Su médico conoce su historial médico y puede brindarles las atenciones personalizadas para ustedes.
Los chequeos regulares ayudan a detectar los problemas de salud a tiempo y evitar a que se agraven.
No espere hasta que esté enfermo para ver a su médico.
Haga de su salud una prioridad. Para obtener ayuda para encontrar un médico de atención primaria, llame hoy mismo a Community Behavioral Health.
Our family is passionate about providing outstanding health care in an atmosphere that feels like home.
Here at John B. Parsons, our residents and their loved ones enjoy visiting in the inviting parlors and the charming sunrooms, or relaxing on our beautiful front porch. Our dedicated professionals who care for each resident with dignity and respect. We promise to do our best to meet every need at Harrison Senior Living.
Our family caring for yours for 50 years.
There's a joy that comes with building your new home. The progress, the completion, and the move-in. At Berica, we specialize in building strong, energy-efficient homes. Custom built in our factory and finished on your lot. Start online today at bericahomes.com.
Here's our forecast and ocean view, courtesy of our gutter helmet camera. We're going to drop down to 33 by 8 o'clock and clear skies and 32 degrees by 9 o'clock. We're looking pretty clear across the entire Delmarva Peninsula in general. Here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. 47 on Tuesday. The news gets even better. We go up to 56, then to 63 with a chance of rain on Thursday. But then Friday, hey, the crown jewel in the whole forecast, 65 degrees. The weekend, we start seeing it descend once again, and we're going to be cooler next week. But hey, let's just enjoy this ride to the top. going into this weekend Friday. Don't forget, you're going to need that umbrella on Thursday, so be sure you enter our umbrella contest. We're still giving them away.
Thank you, Paul, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, for more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.